Hi, this is Eric Odell with Continuous Testing Live, and we're here live at CA's Continuous Delivery and Agile Summit here in London. And I'm joined by Jason Bloomberg, who is the president of Intellyx. Now, you have just finished your keynote presentation, and we want you to tell our viewers a little bit about Intellyx, and what are you hearing from your clients about their DevOps journeys?
Well, Intellyx, we are an industry analyst firm, and we focus on Agile digital transformation. So the broader story of digital transformation in the enterprise covers a lot of bases. It's a customer-driven story that is software-empowered. But one of the key themes of digital transformation is horizontal self-organization. So cross-functional groups who are meeting the needs of customers. And the DevOps organization out of the software group has really figured out how to get this to work. So one of the things that we talk about, that I talked about this morning in the keynote, is how DevOps can not only deliver better software faster, but can also be a model for better self-organization for the organization as a whole, which helps the organization meet the needs of digital transformation.
All right, now you just mentioned digital transformation a couple times there. Give us a definition. What exactly is digital transformation?
Well, the way we see digital transformation is customer preferences and behavior drive enterprise technology decisions. So you might think with that word digital that it's about the technology, but it's really about the customer, and it's about understanding that customer needs are driving technology decisions, and customer needs continue to change, right? So it's an environment of ongoing change, and enterprises now not only need to respond to change, but actually need to be able to deliver change for their customers, so be able to disrupt their own markets, so in order to provide, to achieve their competitive advantage.
And how is digital transformation just intricately connected to DevOps?
Well, we like to say that digital transformation is software, is customer driven, but it's software empowered. So it's now the responsibility of the software organization to not only meet the needs of customers, which of course they have all along, but to meet changing needs of customers more quickly. So it's about business velocity and it's about agility. So DevOps is really the best approach that we have for building better software more quickly that meets changing needs of customers. And you're not going to be able to be successful with digital transformation unless you get the software piece of this right, and that takes DevOps.
Okay, now we often hear the statement that every company today is a software company. So what does that kind of statement imply?
Well, that's really part of the fundamental notion of transformation, right? You can take any company, you can take a real estate company, you can take a manufacturer, you can take a bank, but what's really changed is that software is now becoming the context for their offerings to their customers. So if you look at modern banking, it's not about, bills in the drawer, it's about bits on the wire, and it's about delivering value for customers via software, whether it's mobile apps for consumers or about more sophisticated technology in a business context. It's becoming a software business. And this is not just happening in financial services, but really across the board. Virtually every industry is now rethinking the sorts of products and services that they can bring to market in the context of software. So software is becoming the ground rules for everything that big companies do.
So you've talked to enterprises and organizations worldwide. How would you evaluate the current state of testing in DevOps?
Well, testing is a part of the quality story, right? Delivering better software faster, and the better part is the quality story. But if you think about it, it's not just about checking the boxes. Here's the requirements, check, 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 okay, it's bug-free. That's sort of the old way of thinking about testing. Today, we're thinking about continuous quality, meeting the needs of customers on an ongoing basis, and that requires a whole new way of thinking about testing. Because it can't just be a set of activities you throw over the wall to testers, it has to be a continuous philosophy that is supported by better automation. So it's a tooling supported story, but it's really about rethinking what we mean by continuous quality and continuous testing in the context of delivering better software.
Right. Now, when we talk about DevOps, we often hear it in conjunction with CI, CD, but a lot of times people are talking about how continuous testing is the missing link for DevOps. What's your response to that?
Well, it's missing if you don't have it, right? Because it's essential. So not every organization, it's not missing for every organization. Continuous security is also a fundamental piece of the story that is often missing. So if you take those four elements, so you have development, you have operations, you have testing, and you have security, really all of those are essential. And they all have to work together in order to deliver high quality software on a continuous basis. So the continuous part of the story is the agility and velocity part of the story. How do we deal with changing customer needs? That requires continuous capabilities. And if any one of those falls flat, whether it's the testing, whether it's security, development, or operations, if any one of those acts as a roadblock, then the whole thing goes slow, right? They all have to go fast for the overall business to move as quickly as it needs to. So every one of them is essential.
Right, and so for our viewers who are just really kind of getting started on their continuous testing journey, where would you advise them to start?
Well, if you think about software development over the last 20 to 30 years, we were talking about shift-left quality back in the 90s. It actually predates the Agile movement, where we realized that traditional waterfall approaches to software quality, where we ran all our tests after the development was complete, was really the most expensive way of delivering quality software. So by moving that quality step, moving the testing earlier in the life cycle, we got better results and we saved money, right? Because if we were able to build our tests as part of the development process, we end up with better software. Well, that now from the 1990s became a core part of the Agile movement in the 2000s, where now quality was part of the iterative small team approach that characterized the Agile movement. And Agile is now fed into DevOps, where it's not just about the software development piece, but it's about operations and of course security as well. And so now we have this cross-functional notion of software where continuous quality is one of these functions that is part of the cross-functional story.
Right, and you heard it here from Jason Bloomberg, president of Intellyx. If people wanted to learn more about Intellyx, where would they go?
Well, our website is Intellyx.com, INTELLYX.com.
All right, and I encourage our viewers to go there. And we're going to be coming to you live with Continuous Testing Live all day here from the Continuous Delivery and Agile Summit here in London, and we'll see you next time.